St Mary's is special to me because I've got to know the people who are associated with it, and it's very obvious that they love this building, and it has a certain sense of sacredness. If I were to slow down and spend time anywhere, it would be in a place like this. Well, I was like most students, I was drinking too much, and I think it got out of hand when I was in the Far East for a year out, and then I ended up working there for 4 years and just felt incredibly lost and directionless about pretty much everything. Within a couple of years, I was in North America, visiting family and trying to figure out, what the next step might be. I was living there in Montreal for months during the winters, and it got to the point where I didn't care about very much, and I was living on the streets. I was staying with friends. I was, drinking daily, and I had absolutely no idea, what to do with myself. I had to leave Canada. I went back to England, and I was trying to kind of connect with this church that I'd become part of, and that included a visit to a monastery. Almost against the odds, I ended up staying there for just under 13 years. I'd been looking for community settings, religious community settings, for quite some time. And it wasn't in any particular faith or denomination, it was just the community thing. Many people nowadays are looking for sort of not just father figures, but more than that, sort of spiritual father figures, people who can impart wisdom. And anyway, I met this man, and I just wanted to be part of that particular family because of what he represented within that community. I felt I could trust these people. And I also felt that they had big enough hearts to accept me in spite of my fears that they wouldn't. About a few years in, I suppose, I just gradually started drinking more and sort of nicking it. By my 10th year in there, I had access to money, and things were not so good. I felt very inadequate because I couldn't seem to sort of honor the life that was being lived there. And maybe like a lot of alcoholics, I just felt less, what they say, less than, The world is my church, the world is my community. And I do live very much on my own and in a certain degree of independence from any community way of life. But I do feel that in this town, and a church like this is witness to that, is that I can belong in a very wide way to, the human family, I guess. Within that, of course there's AA, of course there are things like music and New Note Orchestra. I feel a lot of solidarity for all sorts of people in all sorts of situations. I have maybe more confidence to at least include them in my life. I don't know.